fortunately enough, Mr. Lang had assigned me to be accounting lead, which was amazing. And now I manage over $5,000 in weekly revenue.
Welcome to Beyond the Classroom, the Montgomery College podcast where students share what their college journey really looks like. And I'm your host, Angela Rowe. Each episode goes beyond the classroom into the experiences that shape confidence, connection, and what comes next. Thanks for joining us. Now let's dive in. Welcome, Nicole.
Thank you so much for having me.
So tell me about yourself.
I am a sophomore at Montgomery College. I'm a part of the Macklin Business Institute. Currently, I am studying business, but I do want to major in accounting and hopefully get my CPA when I transfer, after college.
Okay, so sophomore. Where'd you go to high school?
I went to high school in Gaithersburg High School.
Okay.
And that's actually where I learned about the program. I'm a Macklin Business Institute.
Tell me more about that.
So my accounting teacher, she was really adamant about us applying to Macklin Business Institute, just to Montgomery College in general. She's like, although people don't want to go to the school because there's like a stigma, you're going to stay home. And, people want to go to a four-year institution and, have that college life. She said, this is a backup. This is a backup. Just apply to Macklin and see if you get in. And I applied, definitely. And I applied to my other schools. And ultimately, I chose Macklin Business Institute. And I didn't know how amazing it is. It's amazing.
I'm curious. What did your teacher tell you about Macklin Business Institute?
She not only told us, it was Mr. Steve Lang that actually came to the school and explained to us about Macklin Business Institute.
Of course it was Steve Lang. Of course it was.
Yeah. And he just talked about experiential learning and getting like real world business experience while also going to school. At the time, I didn't understand those words because it's just, but now that I'm actually doing it, it's, oh my gosh, I can't even describe like the feeling of how much I've learned and how much this program is going to help me go into the business world.
I have an idea about that. So let's see here. Business. When did you know you wanted to be a business major?
I knew in high school. I took an accounting class with my accounting professor, Miss Kimberly Jackson. She made me love accounting. She made me love accounting. Yeah. Like a lot of people think accounting is so daunting. I love that. I love the numbers. I love being organized. And especially when everything like matches up, all the numbers match up. Oh my God, it brings me bliss. And I was introduced to accounting through my dad. My dad has a master's in accounting. So that kind of like just like a little tiptoe. But now doing it, oh my gosh, yes. I love it and I know what I'm gonna do.
That is incredible
and
beautiful that you love numbers to that extent that you feel bliss when they all add up correctly. Yeah. That is not a common statement for me to hear, but I love to hear it. I feel that way about words, like you feel about numbers. So then, did Montgomery College being close to home help you make the decision to come here?
Yes. I currently live with just my mom. So just being with my mom, oh my God, it's just alleviated a lot of pressure. I get to talk to her all the time about what's going on, and just coming home to her every day. I love it.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Well, you chose Montgomery College.
Yeah.
And Montgomery College now has an honors college, which Macklin Business Institute is a part of. So Talk to me about your high school experience with any AP or IB dual enrollment classes. Anything like that that helped prepare you to be a part of this honors college?
I took several AP classes in high school, and that definitely helped me for this year or last year, this whole college experience. Um, it it's it's challenging, but in a good way. What I mean is that there's a lot of work involved with the classes, but you learn so much more. And it's not as different as on-level classes. We just have a few essays, but the content itself is very empowering. And the AP classes helped with the coursework and just feeling comfortable with how much work you're gonna do.
So then you're well prepared for this endeavor.
Yeah,
I'd love to hear that. Now, this Macklin Business Institute.
Yeah.
Tell me about the MBI program and your role in it, the classes you take, this incredible human being that you call Steve Lang. Tell me more about this program and also what it means to you.
This program is so amazing. I cannot stress it enough. It's taking experiential learning and business and not only doing it in the classroom and learning about business in the classroom, you're actually doing it. So we are part of Enactus. Enactus is taking like our business knowledge and empowering our community, and also using the triple bottom line, which is people, planet, and prosperity. And we have several projects that are helping the community, as MBI Cafe, which is located in the student service building.
Tell me more about that.
And like in the cafeteria. So I am the accounting lead. So when we first get into the program, we work in the cafe as just normal employees, just get to know how to make the drinks, serve customers. And then when you become a sophomore, you get assigned into three different kind of groups: marketing, accounting, and operations. So fortunately enough, Mr. Lang had assigned me to be accounting lead, which was amazing. And now I manage over $5,000 in weekly revenue between the two, student service and the cafeteria. And that just basically taught me how to use accounting, but how to use accounting to empower our community. Because one of the main things that we are facing is higher prices. So our input prices are very, very high, and we have to essentially price items in a way that we don't lose profit, but we don't price gouge, students. So that's one of the really amazing things that I'm learning. Like, we learn about like, how to create prices so that it doesn't, hurt our business on paper, but I'm actually doing it.
And just point of clarification, these drinks that you're making, the MBI Cafe, these Starbucks drinks, what's the most popular?
I would say caramel frappuccino is the best drink. Is the best drink. That's my favorite drink.
Oh, that's your favorite drink.
Yeah.
My favorite drink when I go there is, I guess you'll think it's boring. It's just a vanilla latte.
Latte?
Hot.
Hot?
Hot.
Hot?
Must
That's
be
good.
hot.
That's a good drink.
Whenever I'm over there, everyone is so kind. Do all of the students who work in the cafe, are they all members or participants in MBI?
Not all of them. Most of them are, but some of them are paid employees. Yeah.
And they are students who are paid employees? Or
Are students, yes.
All right. So as you're over there dealing with the pricing, the tariffs, and bringing in that, what is it, 5,000?
Yes, weekly revenue, yes.
In weekly revenue. She did reflect for me. And tell me about a moment at the MBI Cafe where something didn't go as planned and what you learned from it.
I would say one moment is when one of our customers, who is a professor, he always comes in and he orders coffee from us, and he's wondering why our prices are so high. And you know we have to explain to him that our prices have gone up, and unfortunately, we have to raise our prices. And the thing about it is that Starbucks actually doesn't charge for alternative milk. He gets alternative milk, which is, I think it was oat milk that he gets. And Starbucks doesn't charge that, but we have to because unfortunately, we buy from a supplier. So, they charge us that price. So we had to explain to him, I'm so sorry, but the prices have gone up. We're doing our possible best not to increase too much where it comes to the point where, nobody can afford it. But unfortunately, our prices have gone up.
And how did the professor respond?
He was understanding because he understands that it's students that run the business, and that we are not just trying to hike up the price just because, but it's because of what we're dealing with.
Supply chain 101.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Somebody's going to have to pay the cost
Right.
at some point
Right.
in that supply chain, right? Now, let's see here. Let's talk about your MBI community, because I was telling you how the students would come to my office, do their homework, with like 7 of them packed in there, just working past 7 o'clock at night, and just have really wonderful relationships. What's your community like?
We're so tight-knit. We are so tight-knit because we spend almost every day with each other. Oh my gosh. I do believe that the relationships that we have right now is going to last a lifetime. And the thing is that alumni come back and they help us out.
What do they do?
They come back and they're like, we have this certain, I'm a part of this job and I want you guys to come in here. Or they will have, when we need help with like enact this, they will come and help us. I know the sophomores that graduated, I still contact them and I'm like, can you please help me with this? And they love to help us out. Yeah. So it's not just our MBI of this year that's so close knit. It's everybody that's ever done MBI that is so close knit.
I love to hear that.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Making friendships that will endure.
Yeah.
As you think about graduating, you'll be walking across that stage, headed on to the next chapter in your life. Talk to me about that chapter. What are we thinking about for transfer?
I'm thinking about transferring to UMD or George Washington University.
Tell me more about each of them and the why. Why those two institutions?
The why for UMD is I do want to be close to my mom as well. I want to stay in both schools. I want to stay in Maryland. Okay. And I want to be close to my mom because my mom is my rock. Smith School of Business, a credible school. Do want to go there to get my accounting degree. And also help communities because one of the things that they talk about is helping communities using business knowledge. But I want to use financial knowledge to help other communities. So I think that would be a very good school for me. And George Washington, the same thing. Their business school is amazing. And again, if I get that prestigious knowledge, I can be able then to help other people that don't have as good as financial knowledge and help them out as best as I can.
Okay, so you want to stay local. You're looking at the flagship.
Yeah.
And then an incredibly reputable private institution in Washington, D.C. Are you applying for scholarships?
Yes. Hopefully.
I'm certain that if you can't get anything if you don't apply to opportunities is what I always ask for students to remember. So get those applications completed, get out there, find the money. I will say for College Park, another good thing they have for accounting, they have that program that once you graduate, you can have your MBA in a year. Oh, so you already know about that, don't you? So is that something that you're interested in?
Yes.
Okay.
And again, it gets you the credit so that you can write the CPA.
Right.
So you can get the hour. Yeah.
I know someone who did that recently.
Yay.
Absolutely. So what's your ideal job? Your ideal career?
An auditor.
Okay, tell me more.
I love numbers and I love when they like balance, but I also like seeing how the numbers like represent and where they come from. Um, Whenever I'm doing accounting work for MBI, I love seeing that. Like I love to be able to tell you what's going on with your business, like because of this number. It's so interesting to me.
Numbers tell a story.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? That's awesome. Wow. College Park in George Washington, you can't go wrong.
Right. Yeah.
Either way, you can't go wrong. Any type of summer activity, or is there something that the Honors College or MBI offers during the summertime and to bridge that time before you get to your next institution? For example, will you be able to work at the MBI cafe over the summer?
They do offer.
It's really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Whether you choose to or not, it's really good to have that opportunity to
Right.
continue
Right.
to get that type of hands-on
Right. Experience. Yeah.
experience. Well, then, my last question for you,
Mm-hmm.
Nicole, if you could give any advice to a current or future honors college student at MC, what would you say?
My advice is to keep going, to keep thriving. Because some like obstacles will come, but you have to keep on going. You have to keep on, not only for yourself, but family, your friends. Just keep going. That's something that I had to keep on telling myself because I do a lot, and sometimes it does get a little bit hard sometimes, but I have to keep telling myself, keep on going.
So you heard that, everyone. Nicole said, persevere. You have to keep on going so that you can reach your goals.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No problem.
I've enjoyed talking to you.
I enjoyed talking to you too. Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for joining. If you liked our conversation, subscribe to Beyond the Classroom wherever you get your podcasts. And I have to tell you, we have so much more ahead on what Montgomery College students are experiencing beyond the classroom. Don't forget to leave us a comment or review. We'd love to hear from you. Until next time.